morning?
Great.
Yeah, you're doing great? All right, that's awesome to hear. Here, period up here somewhere. Where is it? Well, anybody know what today is?
St. Patrick's
Sunday. Oh, what?
St. Patrick's Day.
I thought I was just aiming for Sunday. Okay, well, what do you mean? Well, who's St. Patrick? What do you mean St. Patrick's Day? What are you talking about?
It's where we all wear green.
Well, you wear green?
Yes.
Well, you got green.
St. Patrick.
Yeah, you got some green.
We got green.
Yeah, you got some green.
Leprechauns have.
Yeah, I see some.
Leprechauns have gold on because they look like elves.
Oh, leprechauns have gold and they look like elves?
Guess what?
St. Patrick's Day, yeah.
But they don't. The leprechaun gave me a surprise.
He gave you a surprise. What leprechaun? Did he come by your house this morning?
No. My daddy's a long time
A long time ago.
Hey,
Okay.
at school.
Okay.
My daddy did that.
Well, let me ask you, why if it's all about, what'd you say, buddy?
My daddy's a leprechaun.
Your daddy's a leprechaun? All right. Yeah, okay, I said that. Your daddy's a leprechaun. I can see that a little bit. I can see that. He's got some gold somewhere.
Yes.
They're always after his Lucky Charms.
Yes. That's my gold.
Oh, he steals your gold? Oh, man. Well, that's not nice. Well, let me ask you, why do we call it, if it's about leprechauns and green and all, why do we call it St. Patrick? Who's Patrick?
There's no such thing.
There's no such thing as a Patrick?
No, because
Well, I've known some Patricks.
SpongeBob's friend.
SpongeBob's friend? He's the saint? Huh? That's fantastic.
Mr. Krabby Patty.
Mr. Krabby Patties? Well, we don't have a Krabby Patties Day.
Krabby Patty.
Well, you want to know who the real St. Patrick
Mr.
was?
Krabby Patty.
Huh? He was a guy who was way back in England, way back a long time ago, and his story even involves pirates. And he was in Great Britain, which is a country across the ocean,
Wow.
and he got kidnapped by pirates, Irish pirates. They kidnapped him. They fought him in a battle, and they took him, and they made him a slave, and they took him to Ireland. A slave, that means he had to work for free, and he had to do what the people told him.
Hey, my daddy know what a slave.
That's right. Well, that St. Patrick was a slave. Now, he wasn't a saint yet. He was just Patrick, right? They weren't calling him Saint Patrick. Because back then, when somebody would lose a fight, sometimes they'd just capture them. And they'd take them back to their country and make them work for free. And so they took St. Patrick back to Ireland. And he lived there for 5 or 6 years. And he had a vision one night. And he got away. And he made it back to his family.
How did he get away?
He used to herd sheep. And he disguised himself as a sheep. And ran across the walls that they had and made it to a boat and got back to Great Britain, to his family. And he found his family, but he never forgot Ireland. And as he got a little bit older, he got to learning more about Jesus. He attributed that vision to God freeing him. And so he wanted to go take God back to the Irish, because the Irish people at that time didn't believe in God. They were what were called Druids and Celts. And they believed in trees having spirits and all kinds of stuff like that, but they didn't believe in God. And so St. Patrick wanted to go back and tell them about God. So he did. And do y'all know one of the things, let me ask you this. On St. Patrick's Day, do y'all ever wear anything particular other than green? Is there a little plant you wear?
No.
Huh? Anybody ever heard of it? What is it? Do you know? It's a clover, but it's not a four-leaf.
But
On St. Patrick's Day. Now the four-leaf one is lucky, and it's a three-leaf clover. I brought all of y'all one if y'all want one.
A three-leaf clover.
These are
is
three
a leaf
leaf.
with 3 leaves.
That's right here. Y'all get you one. Yeah. It's a three-leaf clover. And do you know why we associate? They call it a shamrock. Do you know why we associate a shamrock with St. Patrick's Day?
I already knew they call it shamrock.
Yeah. All right. Well, see, you were ahead of me then. Do you know why St. Patrick used them?
Me too.
Well, here, let me show you how he taught them. So he went back over to Ireland. You got to remember, they didn't know anything about God, right? He had to teach them about it. And let me ask you this: is there just Jesus? Huh?
No.
Well, who else is there?
God.
Jesus and God, and is there one more?
No.
What do we call the Holy Trinity?
Um,
Jesus, God, and the Holy Spirit.
L.
And the Holy Spirit. Well, let me ask you, how many leaves does a shamrock have?
3.
3. So what do you think St. Patrick told them? So one leaf is what?
3.
One leaf stands for who?
God.
One for and one for. Yeah, but yet they're all, because you got to think about it, the Holy Trinity is 3, but it's also one thing, right? And that's sort of confusing, because how can something be three
It's like
and
three
be
and there's
one?
one plant.
But it's one plant. That's right. See, all three come into one. And the shamrock was also a sacred plant to the Druids, because I told you, remember, they worship plants and stuff like that. So he used a plant that meant something to them to explain the Trinity. And so he ended up converting Ireland to Christianity, to believing in God just like us. And so that's why he became Saint Patrick. There's also a legend he ran all the snakes out of Ireland. And that's why there's no snakes in Ireland now.
How did they get all the snakes out?
He picked up his staff like Moses had back in the Bible, remember? And the legend is he got up on a hill and he ordered all the snakes into the ocean, because Ireland's an island. And so he ordered the snakes into the ocean. But there's another legend said there was one old snake that wouldn't leave. One old big snake. And so he and that snake could talk. Sort of like the devil in the Garden of Eden. And the legend goes that he tricked that snake because he built a little box and he got to arguing with the snake about whether the snake could fit in that box. And the snake said, I can't fit in that box. He said, yeah, you can fit in it. And so finally the snake crawled in the box to prove that he couldn't. And he just barely fit, and St. Patrick slammed the lid shut and threw it in the ocean. Got rid of it. That's one of the legends.
I knew that.
Yeah, you knew that? But that's how he got rid of all the snakes in Ireland.
You know how I would get rid of snakes?
How do you get rid of them? You put trap them in a box?
No, we shoot them.
You shoot them, that's right. That's the better way of doing it.
But I know
St. Patrick didn't have a gun. They didn't have guns
I
back
know a
then.
different way. So they just kill them with a staff.
That's right. He took his staff and said, get in the ocean. And they got in the ocean. And they left and they ain't ever come back.
And guess what?
Yeah.
And he
What?
got in the box. I know a better way than shooting them.
Do you? Well, you need to tell St. Patrick about it sometime. All right? So let me ask you this. So tomorrow, if you see your friends at school and they talk about St. Patrick's Day and y'all make a shamrock or something, you can tell them what the shamrock means for St. Patrick's Day. Okay? That St. Patrick used it to explain the Trinity. And that's why we still wear it today. A lot of people don't remember that, but that's why we wear it. It's a chance for you to tell other people about Jesus and God and the Holy Spirit on something that most people don't remember why we even do it anymore. All right, who wants to say our prayer this morning?
Me.
All right, you want to say it? Go ahead.
Everybody's house and everybody in the whole world.
Amen. Now remember, if you